Tonight we learned 6 people, 4 students and 2 staff members tested positive for coronavirus in these 3 schools: Elkmont High School, Piney Chapel Elementary School, and Sugar Creek Elementary School. Because of those and people who have coronavirus-like symptoms, more than 300 students across the district are in quarantine.
WAAY 31's Will Robinson Smith spoke with the superintendent of Limestone County Schools and the parent of an Elkmont student. He got their reactions to these new cases. Will.
Well, Superintendent Dr. Randy Sherrow says a school is a reflection of the community, and he said even though they have coronavirus protections in place at their schools, like here at Elkmont High School, that it was not a surprise that coronavirus showed up at the school.
It was just heartbreaking, but I think that, everyone did what they were supposed to.
Heath Guthrie says his son Jake was one of the 18 football players who had to quarantine after 4 students at Elkmont High School tested positive for coronavirus. He says picking Jake up that day was difficult.
One of the kids come out, was a 7th grade football player. He come out and he talked to his mom and he said, "Well, Mom, what'd I do?" And he didn't do anything. It was just unfortunate.
In total, 40 students at Elkmont High School had to go into quarantine for 14 days. That includes both his son Jake and his daughter Emma, who is a senior and on the cross-country team.
I know the kids personally that I've talked to their parents, and they're very concerned about the children. One of them was really sick. Now he's okay. 2 days he was sick, and now he's fine. He's bouncing off the walls. He's ready to get back to school.
Superintendent Dr. Randy Sherrow says across the district, about 300 students were put in quarantine after being around someone who has the virus or someone who was showing possible symptoms.
The students are coming back now because, child goes to the doctor, they're cleared by the doctor, so all those students that were in close contact with the student with symptoms can now come back.
He said because Limestone County is still seeing community spread, it wasn't shocking that cases would show up in the school system.
I think we knew that we were going to have cases, and I think all the experts knew that schools were going to have cases. Once again, reflection of the community, reflection of society, and that was going to happen. And so we had all the safety protocols in place to make sure all our students wearing masks. And I'll say our students have done a great job with that.
Guthrie agrees that both school staff and coaches are doing everything they can to keep students safe. He says the coronavirus experience this year is pulling the community together.
It's a terrible experience because it's a terrible virus, but it's been a great experience how the community has come together and really supporting these kids.
Now, Dr. Sherrow says that part of their coronavirus response is similar to that of their flu response, in that if 20% of a school were to show positive cases of coronavirus, they would temporarily close that school down and reevaluate and clean and such. But he said there are some other factors with coronavirus that weigh in, such as community spread. Reporting live in Elkmont, Will Robinson Smith, WAAY 31 News.